They called him a fugitive, a worker, a man lost in the shadows. But Yanga was none of those things. He was a prince, stolen from his homeland, torn from the rich forests of the Congo, and thrown into a world that saw him only as labor, as property, as a number. Yet even in chains, his spirit could not be contained. At night, when the overseers slept and the torches guttered low, whispers carried across the plantations. The prince was planning. Not revenge, not chaos. Something far older, far deeper. Freedom. It began with a few. A handful of men and women who dared to follow him into the forests, where the soil was raw, the rivers untamed, and the shadows themselves seemed alive with possibility. They moved like ghosts, invisible to the eyes that sought to own them, yet alive with a fire that no whip could snuff out. The colony grew. Hidden villages formed under the dense canopy, built stone by stone, leaf by leaf. No map marked their existence. No record could capture their defiance. And yet, in the heart of that wilderness, they were free. Every day, the world thought they had vanished, that the enslaved had been broken, that hope was a myth. But Yanga and his people knew the truth. Freedom was not given. It was carved from the impossible. It was whispered through the trees, sung in secret songs, felt in the pulse of their hearts. And when the colonial forces came to crush them, they found nothing but silence, a vanishing act that would be spoken of for centuries. Even now, the legend lingers. Of a man who refused to bow, of a community that chose life over chains, of a freedom so complete that it became invisible to the oppressor's eyes. It asks us, what would you risk for your own liberty? How far would you go to claim a life that belongs only to you? In the forests of Veracruz, a stolen prince became a phantom. Gaspar Yanga, taken from Central Africa around c. 1545, was supposed to break. Instead, he returned with an army of the unbroken. For decades, his people moved like shadows, striking, retreating, surviving, refusing to kneel. By 1609, after years of guerrilla resistance, the impossible happened. The Spanish Empire, the same empire that ruled half the world, bowed. They signed a treaty granting Yanga and his followers freedom, land, and the right to govern themselves. One of the first free black settlements in the Americas was born. And here is what history whispers softly: his people never vanished. They built a town, Yanga, Veracruz, where Afro-Mexican families still carry the rhythm of their ancestors, still celebrate the victory carved from the forest. Gaspar was not just a man. He was a revolution. 400 years later, the legacy lives, not in ruins, but in life itself. Yanga stands proof that freedom, once claimed, can echo across centuries.